Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but now let's talk about Bonk token. We're going to be talking about what's happening with Bonk right now and, of course, what is yet to come. Solana is pumping. Solana is sitting at $85. So are we about to see Bonk finally picking up once again and start heading towards levels we haven't seen for about a week now? That's what we're going to be discussing. So if you're enjoying these daily Bonk updates, smash that like button, hit that red subscribe button. But now let's get right into it. So if we're looking at the Bonk's price right now, it's up 6.9%. Before anyone comes and starts getting overly excited, let's give ourselves a reminder that pretty much everything at this point is pumping right now. We're pretty much seeing green across the board. But one thing that we need to note is that, Solana is up about 13.5%. So could this really trigger, Bonk to make its move back up to, the close to that $2 billion market cap? That's what we're going to be discussing right now. So let's talk about that. If we're looking at the price right now as of December the 20th, it's almost December 21 in literally about 30 minutes. You guys can pretty much see we have about 4 zeros in front of the price still. We're currently sitting at 1947 zone, up 6.6% over the past 24 hours in USD comparative. We're also up 4% in Bitcoin comparative over the past 24 hours, which is a huge plus point. Market cap currently sitting at $1.2 billion and the 24-hour trading volume currently sitting at $400 million. So before we go any further, I want you guys to be taking a look at its market cap. Pay very, very close attention to its market cap, despite, seeing quite a bit of volatility and a lot of manipulation occurring in Bonk. And if you don't think there's manipulation not occurring in Bonk, I think you guys might want to look once again. There's definitely a lot of manipulation taking place, but again, that is normal for a project like Bonk, which is a meme coin, to launch and gain the amount of traction it has done. But despite the overall volatility within the price of BTC, within the price of Bonk, one thing that you guys want to be paying attention to is its market cap. We have not seen the market cap go below that psychological $1 billion mark. And this is something a lot of people are going to continuously ignore, and you do not want to be ignoring things like this. Momentum for Bonk surprisingly is still there. I know some people might be like, well, it's not. I know a lot of newcomers especially, and this is a cycle, and this is like traction that I'm kind of seeing. People that are newer to the markets that don't really understand that, there's always corrections are the ones that are generally a little bit more upset with the Bronx price. And this should be a learning lesson to each and every one of you guys. When you see these significant green candles where you feel like you're just about to drive a Lamborghini the next day, these are the times where you need to start asking yourself, hold on, I've actually made a lot of gains. It's actually good to lock in profits. Actually doesn't hurt. And that's something people take so personally when, the word profit taking comes into play. People take that extremely, extremely personally, and then they get left behind. And you do not want to be left behind when you are a follower on the Crypto ZX channel. We want to be, outpacing everyone. And in order for you to outpace everyone, this is where you need to actually mentally prepare yourself that, hey, you know what? Profit is definitely there, and this is not small amounts of profits, so let's actually lock some in. But now let's take a further look as to what is happening. But before we do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer for everyone: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So let's make this bigger and take a look at what's happening. So you can pretty much see this for yourself, that floor that I was talking about. We need to find a ground for a Bonk. We pretty much found that ground, and it's around this 1.2 to 1.15 billion dollar mark. You can pretty much see on the daily time frame we've been hanging around this 1788 cents zone for pretty much, literally, you could say, since December 17th, and that's really, really nice to see. And I've continuously said in the Bonk updates, you need to find a ground, especially when you see moves like what we have seen with Bonk. Because let me tell you something, when projects like Bonk, in terms of move, I'm not talking about like meme coins in general, any project that has a move like this, it's really, really important for when it starts cooling off, which it always will. when a project moves like this, it's always going to have a retracement, but it's really important for it to start trading at a specific zone, to start building support. Because let me tell you something, let's just draw a visual so you can see this for yourself. As the price went up towards the upside, there was no resistance, no support line. We never saw retracements where the price started consolidating. It pretty much just went all the way to Valhalla. So when it starts cooling off, this is where it's important for the price to find a ground. If it doesn't, guess what's going to happen? As fast as it has gone up, as fast as it's going to go down. But what you're seeing Bonk do is, which a lot of people are not looking at, is it's finding a ground, it's trading sideways. It has not gone down to levels where it started. You can see this for yourself. And people can come out and say, oh well, it's still retracing a lot. Honestly, no, because it's still creating higher high and a higher low. Because you could see this for yourself, that major support at this 1328 zone, we still haven't touched that in terms of an actual retest and trading and bouncing back and forth above there. These massive wicks that you're seeing, most of these wicks, you can't price these in. Most of these are glitch on the charts, and of course some are massive sells, massive buys. Usually these don't even last a millisecond. So what you want to be taking a look at is where the price has been pretty much bouncing. And what I'm looking at Bonk, like I said, you can't do technical analysis too much with projects like these, the ones that have run up like this, but I'm liking how it's starting to find a ground for itself, which is around, we could talk about the market valuation as well as the price. Maybe you might not be able to see it on the chart. So roughly around this 1799 zone to 2000, that's where I've been seeing Bonk pretty much holding really strong around. And that's giving us an indication we've created higher highs, higher lows compared to our previous breakout, which was its yearly high at that time. So anyone that says Bonk is dumping, Bonk is back to where it started, absolutely not. Speaking about where it started, just on November 30th, you're still up right now from that range 440%. So I hope that does answer your concern regarding that. But let's take a look at BTC. So Bitcoin is doing some interesting things right now, and Bitcoin did see it go back up yesterday to this $44,000 mark, but we never managed to close above that range. We've seen BTC come back down below it, but if tomorrow, which is Friday, if we're able to see BTC pushing into it, I have a feeling that we could see possibly BTC pushing up to a yearly high. And if that happens over the weekend, I think a lot of exciting things can happen. Even, Solana hitting us $100 price point before the year comes to an end. You can see we're almost at $86, guys. At this point, $100 does not seem unrealistic. And if that happens, that's the biggest Christmas gift any Sol holder or Sol maximalist can ask for. It seems like at this rate it's happening. And what if there is a Solana ETF that's behind the scenes? Who knows? Obviously that's a huge statement to make, but we've seen someone come out and say, Avalanche could be seeing, an ETF early as January after, the official Bitcoin ETF is approved. So what makes us think that, Sol can't do that? So these are some factors we need to keep in mind. And the way Solana is going, guys, absolutely insane. If you watch my Solana update, what's, really taking place. But, this is of course going to trigger Bonk as well as the entire ecosystem on Sol to actually start pushing towards the upside as well. And as far as its all-time high is concerned, we're about 90% away from its all-time high roughly, and we could start pushing up to that zone, but it's going to be one step at a time. Do pay very close attention to BTC and Sol, and I think this can really start the next leg up sooner than a lot of people think. Let me know down below what you guys think about Bonk, and I still think Bonk has everything possible for itself to take over Shiba Inu this next cycle. ETH, meme coins, and projects I think are not going to gain as much traction as they did in the past. I think this cycle it's Solana's time or some other chain along with Sol. But that is it for today's update. Let me know down below what you guys think. Love you all. See you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.